The rule of three is something I use when I work with singers, as well as when I train voice teachers. I've trained hundreds of voice teachers around the world. It comes from the idea of first principles, which was first espoused by Aristotle. And many major thought leaders use first principles today. It's basically taking a complex system, and singing is certainly incredibly complex, and breaking it down to its most basic elements from which you can go no further. And then you can build knowledge or a method from there. And I find first principles are incredibly helpful when you are feeling stuck with your voice. So what are my first principles of singing? Well, it's the rule of three. There are three basic elements of singing and three basic questions we ask while learning to sing, practicing, or teaching. The three elements are the air. That is the initial raw material of energy. But simply exhaling has no energy in it. We need to turn this air into vibration, into sound waves. That's where the vocal cords come in. So it is airflow, vocal cords, and then those sound waves need to be filtered and enhanced. And this is done by the vocal tract, the throat and the mouth. A little bit of spillover into the nasal area, but it's not really an effective resonator unless you're doing nasal sounds. So we call that resonance. So it's air, chord, resonance, or as I say, ACV for short. Now, if you're feeling out of balance in your singing, you can look and see if one or more of these elements are out of balance. And then you look to see how you can rebalance, how you can correct the issue. To do this, I use the three questions. What, why, how? What am I hearing? What am I experiencing? What's wrong with this? That's your first big picture. Then the next question is why? Why is this happening? Now, this is the deep question. This is why you study. This is why you take lessons. This is why you learn about the voice. You learn about voice science. If you're interested in all that, check out my podcast, The Intelligent Vocalist. Then from the why, it's going to give you the better how. How do I fix this? How do I rebalance this? Or if something's working well, how do I encourage more of it? For example, I go to sing this note that's in the middle of my transition in my vocal break. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Okay. What am I hearing? Well, it's shouting. It's yelling. It's straining. Okay. Why am I hearing this? Well, that vowel is actually a little too open. And I know that in that area, if the vowel goes too open, it will start to pull up the chest or lower register, taking it too high. And that accompanies a bit of a squeeze at the vocal cord. So how am I going to fix it? Well, I'm going to narrow this vowel and I'm going to back off the volume. And I'm going to use a scale that starts at the top so that it will give me a starting point of release. I'm not going to start from the bottom and then I'm going to drag that weight up. I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to use the word one. This is one of my favorite exercises because this is a narrow vowel going to a moderate or medium vowel. Wah. It's like a filter sweep. One. So let me try it on this scale. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, well, that was easier. 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah. 1, 1, 1, 1. That is stop that that yell and that grab. Now, let's say I got this result. 1, mum. Okay, what am I hearing? Well, it's going weak. It's flipping into a falsetto. So why is that happening? Well, it wasn't the vowel. If anything, I made the vowel a little more closed. What it was the vocal cords were not giving enough resistance to the air. So I'm going to give a little helper. I'm going to put a hard G on this. G, g. And I'm going to add a little cry. G, g. That's going to encourage a little more chord closure without squeezing. Now I'm going to start to scale on the bottom. I want to use my lower register or chest voice to help encourage that chord closure as I go up. G, 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 g. Well, that was better. G, 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 g. There we go. G, 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 g. So now I'm getting better resistance at the vocal cords. Whatever's going on in your voice, there's a solution. And ultimately, you are your best teacher. Now, if you'd like a little help knowing what's going on in your voice and exercises to help get it working more optimally, you can get a free download of my book, Beginning Singing. I have the link below. So the next time you're having vocal issues, don't get frustrated. Use the rule of 3. Air, chord, vowel. Which of these is out of balance? Then ask the 3 questions. What? Why? How? What is happening? Why is it happening? How do I fix it? Let me know how this works for you, and we'll talk soon.